Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are once again back on Path of Legends in Ultimate Champion League, pushing for top 1000 in the entire world. So I know it's been quite a while since my last upload. For that I do apologize. I'd say the main reason is because I've been really busy with school. You know, my second semester of university just started up, and the workload has been up there, so it hasn't been the easiest. And I guess secondary, not as big of a reason, but still sort of there, is that the game just hasn't been as enjoyable for me recently. I'm going to bridge block this knight because, yeah, had a feeling he was going to go for the graveyard. And my friend told me this inner Tesla placement does pretty well against graveyard, so I'll see how it does. It looks like it actually does really well. We take basically 0 hits, 1 skeleton, unlucky at the end. But yeah, the game, like, the meta is just not great. You know, Cannoneer is out, and on that note, we're actually up against Cannoneer right here, which is pretty nice because it actually is pretty bad against Xbow Cycle. I'm going to Xbow right now because I don't think he has anything good in Cycle for it. He has an LP. That's actually very annoying. That's going to make this matchup much more complicated. I'm going to have to go for a Log and then Ice Spirit for this. Oh wow, the Prince doesn't even die. Hopefully Ice Spirit jumps. Okay, perfect. I'll take that. Guardian chip right there. I'll actually still be in the lead courtesy of the Cannoneer nerfing the HP of my opponent's towers. So yeah, it's actually pretty bad against Xbow Cycle. So I'm pretty excited for this, although Splashyard is not a great matchup. But yeah, the game just hasn't been going in the best direction recently, and that's not to say that I'm going to like stop uploading or change anything too drastically. It's just more so I've been really busy with school, and it's not like I've had a crazy drive to play the game. Okay, really aggressive graveyard, but it's actually a good play because I'm actually kind of low in Elixir after that aggressive fireball on my end. I'll go for a late Log to clean all this up, and as you guys can see, oh wow, my queen actually dies. That's unfortunate, but as you guys can see, like, Splashyard really isn't a good matchup for this deck. I'd say it's close to even-ish, but I'd honestly say it's in their favor, especially when he has a little Prince in here instead of the Ice Wizard, because LP is a great counter to Xbow, and Evo Knight makes it pretty tricky to ever break through. And then I don't really have the best graveyard defenses. Like, I have an Archer Queen, I don't have Archers, so that makes it worse. And then also, you know, just having an Archer Queen doesn't really help me too much in this matchup. He actually just opts to Naked Poison my Knight. I don't know about that play, honestly. I'll go for my Queen, and then I think I'll Xbow opposite to do some dual lane pressure right now. LP retargets onto my queen for whatever reason, which isn't the best, but should be okay. And I'll try and get a big lock here if I can. Knight is tanking that Cannoneer pretty well. I'll go for my Log, then pop queen ability, hopefully get some chip in the left, but I don't really get anything, honestly. And Cannoneer actually does a great job of destroying my Knight in the right. Like, look at that, it's actually doing work. And he has his own Evo Knight right now, but I'll go for my Knight to bridge block and hopefully get a lock, but he gets the LP down. I'll fireball, hopefully get a lock if I can, and we do actually take the LP out. I'll late Log this. We do actually get a lock. Nice. So for our trouble, you know, I committed a lot to that Xbow just trying to get a connection, and honestly this is again a pretty frustrating matchup. I don't even think I can go in. Okay, good thing I didn't because he was going for a really aggressive graveyard right there. I'll get back to my Log. Basically a necessity to clean up these graveyards. Actually not really, because my skeletons are doing work, but you can see, even with all that defense, he still gets, like, pretty much guaranteed damage every single time he graveyards, which is very frustrating. I'll go for my Xbow. Archer Queen to DPS this Knight. Ice Spirit to catch. Okay, good Barb Barrel getting my Ice Spirit off. I'll Log everything, though. Maybe get a tiny lock. And Evo Knight's doing some work in the left, but I think he's going to get destroyed by the Cannoneer, unfortunately for me. Pop my Queen ability. Okay, thankfully, he still wastes a Tornado and actually get refunded the Elixir, because if you guys didn't know, if you place or if you go for a champion ability but it actually dies, you are going to get your Elixir refunded if it doesn't come down in time. So that's pretty nice. Go for my Log again. I'm going to need some kind of miracle, honestly, guys, to win this one, because you can see I've literally been struggling to break through the whole game, and they just have perfect defense for Xbows, and then also, like, they get guaranteed damage every single time they spam graveyards. Like, I don't really care what anyone says. This is not QueenBow's matchup at all. I'll go for my defensive Xbow. I think it's like the only thing I can go for, because I've been going for offensive Xbows for quite a while to no avail, pretty much. Nice that he wastes a poison, though. Opposite. That was kind of weird, like naked graveyard and then poisoning opposite lane. Like, that was just kind of weird. And as you guys can see, even with a defensive Xbow and an Evo Knight on the graveyard, it still gets damage for whatever stupid reason. I'll Log this back, hopefully get a small lock here. Hopefully the Knight's out of range. Perfect. Okay, his Knight was on range, so now I have to hold on to this lock with everything I have, so I'll Knight to bridge block. Baby Dragon does die, and the Knight is on my Knight. Perfect. So we basically just punished him. He really threw, honestly. That was not really my game to win. It's just that he wasted a Knight and a little Prince all in the left. That was a really bad decision on his end. He gives a well played. I'll give the good game, I guess, but that was just really not smart on his end. Very nice comeback from me. Alright guys, into our next match against another Japanese player. You can see why Splashyard is just so frustrating. With P.E.K.K.A, I would say if he has a Little Prince, it's not Xbow's matchup still. If he has Ice Wizard though, I feel like it is slightly for P.E.K.K.A. Just because archers are a good graveyard counter. But yeah, Queen doesn't really do any favors, honestly. He goes for the Barbarrel Poison. Oh god, is this yet another Splashyard matchup? Just my luck, you know, just as I start to ladder push again, I get Splashyard twice in a row. Anyway, he can't really kill this Archer Queen, so this might be a small lock here. Gonna pop my ability. That's gonna melt that baby dragon. Could honestly fireball this knight. I'll catch the Barbarrel with my knight instead though, and then log as well to take everything out, and that should be a lock unless he gets an Ice Wizard down in time, which he does not. Beautiful. So that's gonna be a nice lock, and of course he has a Little Prince, because why would he not, or why would he have the Ice Wizard? Of course he's gonna have the version that's worse for me to deal with, but anyways, this is an okay start. I'll take it, like 800 damage lead. Ice Spirit just to stop this. He's, yeah, not gonna go ability. That would not be a good ability. Actually, I think it would be fine given my cycle is really bad, but I think he just didn't want to overcommit, because in a normal situation, that would be a bad ability. I'll cycle Queen opposite, and he might go for a Graveyard, so I'm going to get my Tesla ready. No, just gives me a free Fireball. Now I honestly think he could Graveyard with this set of Skeletons coming down, because, as I said, QueenBow virtually has 0 Graveyard defense. Like, we have some nice cycle options, like, you know, Knight, Skeletons, then late Log or something, but we just don't have solid defense. And I'm going to Xbow right now because he's going to be in a bit of an awkward spot. Good catch on the LP. I'll try and catch the Guardian as well. Ice Spirit low, and then Skeletons up high. And hopefully this will take everything out. Nope, Barbarrel still going to melt. As you can see, no matter how much I commit to the Xbow, LP is just such good counter to it that that's why I said this is not a good matchup for me. Also does not help the fact that, or the fact that my opponent doesn't have a Cannoneer does not help me out, honestly. I feel like the Cannoneer last game actually put in work. Like, it was doing a lot of damage to the Queen, like high burst damage, and also against the Knight honestly did work. But, of course, having more HP from a normal Princess Tower still isn't really to my liking. I'll just Fireball the Baby Dragon, Fireball Cycle. Kind of something that you do in this matchup eventually with QueenBow, I'd say, because you're not going to break through with normal offensive options. Going to Ice Spirit Skellies and then late Log. Hopefully that'll be enough to full defend this graveyard. I'm still going to take a bit of damage, maybe? No, actually, wow, flawless defense, guys. Look at that. Okay, I thought that Skeleton was going to ruin my thing, but no, perfect defense. 0 graveyard damage from Skeletons, Ice Spirit, and a perfectly timed Log, but that is a rare occurrence, honestly. I'd say you should expect to take at least, like, 2 Skeleton hits in most normal instances of going for that defense, but nonetheless, we are doing alright. Poison does come out. Oh, I was hoping he activated King. That would have been game-winning, obviously, but Knight comes down low. And Tombstone just kind of sitting there annoying. I can go for my Queen though because I did just bait out a poison, so he can't really kill this at all. And I am going to Fireball the Baby Dragon. Again, any kind of Fireball value I do take. You'll notice I Fireball the Tombstone once. I will take like any Fireball value I can in this matchup. Okay, he is like committing a lot in the right, which is kind of smart considering I spent a lot of Elixir in the other lane, but I'll just get back to a Knight. And it is going to be evolved, so this is going to be a clean defense. Plus, he does have to respond to my Queen still, so he can't exactly afford to just go for a random graveyard. With this Baby Dragon, still has to respond. Probably a Tornado or Barbarrel, yep. Perfect for me, honestly. That was a really good sequence. Like, that was really clean. And I'll Tesla. If you can't really go for, like, a defensive Xbow, or you don't really have an obvious move in this matchup, I do like just going for a high Tesla like that. And beautiful bridge block on that Knight. Gonna go for my Queen and ability. That is another way you can defend the graveyards, guys. Queen plus ability, as you can see, it actually does okay. As long as you get it down where there aren't too many... Oh, almost misplaced a Fireball. As long as you get it down when there aren't too many Skeletons already on the board, a Queen plus ability will actually kind of wipe out a lot of the graveyard. Like, it does well. Of course, it's a negative Elixir trade, though, which is why I don't really recommend it that much. And beautiful Xbow. It looks like he didn't have anything good in cycle for it. No LP, no Knight. So I do get another baby Xbow lock. And this game is going perfectly, honestly. I think my opponent's just not playing as well as my last opponent did, and I'm just playing better as well, so this game has been going perfectly, and he actually does give up, so that was a much better game against Splashyard. Honestly, I will take it. Really, really good stuff, and yeah, pretty much what you want to do is you want to pressure at the right time, but you also want to spell cycle when you can, and ideally get a lock in single if you can help it, because obviously as the game goes on, your chances of getting a lock are going to get slimmer and slimmer, so that's another nice win. Let's see where that puts me ranking-wise. That is going to be 1,090 in the world, 2,055, so decent enough double Splashyards. Alright guys, found a game against Ryosuke. I actually know this guy, like, I don't know what he's playing, but I feel like I've played him at least twice or thrice before, and definitely in one of my videos, if I'm not mistaken. So Ghost comes down, I'll just go for a Knight to match that, and find out more about what he has. Okay, Pump, level 14 Pump, I'll Fireball that. I don't know necessarily if that changes any interactions. If you guys know, you can let me know in the comments, but I think it does change some interactions against like maybe an earthquake or a poison, but against a fireball I don't think it really does anything. Like yeah, he already gets 1 elixir. I think he'll get 2 more out of that pump, so yeah, he spent 6 and he got 3. I spent 4, so that's still a -1 for me. So yeah, it looks like the level of difference does not really matter against fireball. Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Maybe it's 2 levels under where it matters. Okay, he does go for a battle ram. So battle ram, ghost, knight, bandit. This is obviously going to be 3 musketeers, and I feel like this is a really good matchup for me. I could Xbow right now. I'll actually go for the ice spirit once I pop my queen ability to make sure that this ghost. Actually, no, it should get taken out by. Okay, no, it doesn't. Wow. I will have to Ice Spirit late, and okay, that was kind of the worst of both worlds. I was thinking I'll Ice Spirit to help the ghost die. Then I realized the queen's actually probably going to take it out. Then unfortunately it lived on like 1 tick. So everything kind of went bad there, but still not really a big deal. We are still in the lead in the left and got some nice fireball chip in the right. So technically we're in the lead in both lanes if you don't count, like if you count each lane corresponding to each other, I guess. I'm just going to pre-Tesla again. Looks like he's setting up for a huge push in the right. Maybe going to go for a ram as well. But Teslas are pretty clutch in this matchup. Honestly, though, cannon would be better, guys. I don't have a max cannon, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would probably try the cannon version of this deck. Because cannon is very good against all-ground decks and probably better than Tesla. Tesla's just more versatile, of course. Okay, log does do work, but unfortunately not enough to make that ghost die. I'll go for my knight, and hopefully this Tesla will pop up in time to take this ram out. Okay, nice. Oh, he goes for a last-minute zap, and I just barely got my Tesla down in time, but I think that ram charged onto my tower, because I don't think I was down damage in that lane, so that's a pretty good zap on his end. Honestly, was not really ready for that, so well played to him. Again, I'll just fireball the pump, though, and this matchup is pretty cookie-cutter, guys. Like, all you really do is defend for the entire game. Like, you can see he has lots of good Xbow counters. Like, he has Evo Knight, which is coming up pretty soon. I think I'm going to have to fireball this, even though I don't want to. I think I don't have a choice. And, of course, Bandit, just my luck, decides to dash. Still, I have a queen ability to pop here. Does go for the zap, but that's still going to be on tower. That's going to be 4 hits, 3 hits. Still, that's honestly enough to win me the game. As long as I don't do any more, like, slip-ups on defense, I will win, because I have really, really decent defense, actually. Like, really decent defense in this matchup. All I really have to do is not mess around, and I think I'm not going to defensive expo. I'll get my queen down in the right, and I'm already preparing to fireball log the left musketeer. So Tesla here, 1 off my fireball, which I'll just get back to right about now. And Evo Knight is in the building, so I'll go for my own Evo Knight to protect my queen first. Then I'll take the fireball, and then I'll go Skeletons to kite this bandit all the way over, hopefully, to my knight plus queen. Okay, perfect. Really clean defense on my end. Honestly, I am a fan of just fireball logging the 2 musketeers as much as I can in this matchup. And I'll just get a knight down. As you can see as well, courtesy of the queen's 3-card cycle, I'm already back to a fireball for that pump, so it's not like I'm really getting punished too heavily. I might need to defensive expo if he goes 3M right now, but I think I'll just Tesla and reset, actually. He's probably going to go 3M really soon, yep, and I can definitely get back to another fireball log for that. I'm 3 off a fireball right now, so Queen Skelly's going to get me back to my fireball. Good zap, actually, going to take my Tesla out, but still, Queen, of course, will 1v1 the Musketeer. And you guys can see pretty much the game plan of this. I know it might be a bit boring, but you really have to do what's optimal, because think about it. If I ever just go in blindly, like, I don't have the offensive resources to really make that work in this matchup. And if I don't, like, waste expos on offense, then he can't really ever break through as long as I play good defense. So, you know, it's going pretty well, actually. And now that we're in triple, this is like my Omega hard counter. Like, there's really nothing that can go wrong right now. Even if I feel like I mess up on defense, triple just definitely favors me in this matchup. So, I feel like this is one matchup where Queen is actually quite a bit better than archers in the matchup, I guess, because Evo Knight, of course, does really well against Musketeers. Like, you play it low, it can 1v1 the lane of the 2 Musketeers, I'm pretty sure. And then also, having a Queen means they can't kill it at all, so yeah, I feel like it's just helpful. But of course, I think even archers would still be my matchup. This is getting a bit overwhelming, but I should be fine as long as I protect my Tesla enough to the point where I don't let that ram charge. Gonna log it back. Knight, and then Queen ability once I get my skeletons down first, because if I didn't get the skeletons down, I feel like Bandit would have charged onto my tower. And you can see that even though he had a lot coming down on the board, I was able to defend well. And that's pretty much how this matchup goes. Like, you're not really going to ever break through with offensive expos. Like, you can pretty much give up on that. But if you just defend well the whole game, there should be no reason for you to lose. I feel like this is a pretty good matchup for me. Unless you have some kind of annoying card, like, say, a monk or something to switch things up, I feel like you should usually beat 3 Musketeers with Xbow Cycle, at least these kinds of 3M decks. So, yeah, a nice win against Ryusuke. I feel like he's a 3M 1 trick, and that's going to be 936 in the world. Pretty good stuff. Alright guys, I'm actually going to be substituting the Tesla out for the cannon, because now I just realized I earned enough elite wildcards to max my cannon out. So level 15 cannon in the building. This was like the OG QueenBow deck that did well, so I'll be putting it in the deck, and I'll be switching to cannon for a while, seeing how it goes. So yeah, let's get right back into more matches, and let's see how cannon does. Alright guys, found a game against Lores 55, I think. Good taste in numbers. I have decayed quite a bit in ranks because it's been quite a while since my earlier games that I recorded, but I am playing with the cannon right now, so it should do pretty well. As long as I don't get a Lava Hound or a Balloon matchup, then cannon is pretty much universally better against every single deck, or a ground matchup, basically. He is playing Cannoneer, which is pretty interesting. Again, I am a big fan of Cannoneer when you're playing Xbow, because they just spawn with a disadvantage, basically. Like, of course it's good against Archer Queen, against like Knight and stuff on defense, but pretty much that lower HP is a detriment in the long run. And of course Cannoneer does not really do anything against an Xbow because it doesn't really cross the bridge, so that is at least one plus of it. But of course, as I said earlier, the game hasn't been as enjoyable recently. Okay, this is one interaction where I think Cannoneer helps out against Princess Tower, because I think he won't take any Knight hits, but I feel like a Princess Tower would have taken Knight hits there, so that is actually, I guess, helpful for him. But yeah, just the meta is not really great, I feel, guys. Like, Cannoneer kind of pay to win. I mean, you can't max it without spending money. That is a fact right now. Oh, he goes for a lightning. I'll just go for my Xbow, I guess. Skeletons if I need it for whatever he plays. Archers, E-Spirit. Okay, I'll log. He should be super low in Elixir. I'll get ready to go for, like, skeletons for the bandit. Okay, he goes LP. Wait, I don't even remember if he has a bandit or not, actually. I think he does, but... Oh, that's going to kill the LP. Beautiful. That's going to be another lock. Actually, I'd say that worked out pretty well. I mean, we're going to get pretty much even damage, only courtesy of the Cannoneer again. This is why the HP does matter, because I took quite a lot of damage from that push in the left. But him being lower on HP kind of favors me by default, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think pre-Cannoneer is the best play. This looks like kind of an annoying matchup, like Ram Rider Lightning. I guess he has a Mega Knight or something waiting. Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. I'll Xbow because I do have an Evo Knight. He snowballs my tower. Pretty bad play, actually. Should have hit the cannon. There's no reason to miss the cannon there. I'll just Ice Spirit to hold this ghost in place, make sure it dies, log these back, and that is going to be a dead Xbow, unfortunately, but I think at least we kind of killed the archers too. I mean, not really. I'll have to go skeletons, actually. I don't want to take all that damage. But I'll go in again, actually. I have outcycled the Mega Knight right now, so Ghost comes down. Gonna get my Knight. I think I'll cannon as well. I just have to worry about the LP in the other lane, but I should force out a Lightning right now, which I think will be very nice. Yeah, Lightning is forced out. We'll still get a baby Xbow lock right there. Very good stuff. Then I can just go for my Queen for this LP, and just go for the ability. Not really the best ability, although for some reason it ignores the Queen. So I might take a hit for that, actually. Oh, we don't. Barely don't. Nice. Very nice. I'll go for an Xbow again. He's going to kind of be forced to decide which lane he wants to commit to. MK does come down. Queen's going to die in one more Cannoneer shot, I think. I'll just Knight, though, for this, and Fireball the LP plus MK. Just kind of defend. Oh, I think I missed the MK. Or, yeah, I think I missed the MK. Not the greatest, I guess, but that's a pretty clean defense nonetheless. I'll go Cannon, Ice Spirit. He very well could Lightning right now. A little bit worried about it. Yeah, he does. I'll Xbow and I'll eat that Ram. I hope this works out. I'm basically going to go all in right now, guys, and hope that sacking all that damage can get me a lock, because he does not really have enough for a Mega Knight right now. Going to log the LP back, and this should be a lock. He should not have enough Elixir for anything. Yes, very nice. Now he's forced to Lightning, but the Evo Knight's on tower. Beautiful. That's going to be a nice win. So that is a very good punish, guys. You can see that I was kind of sacking damage, but worked out for the win. Alright guys, found a game against by Alexis17. Let's see what this guy's going to be running. Looks like we're actually fighting a fair amount of Cannoneer nowadays. I feel like the landscape of the meta. Lots of people seem to be maxing their Cannoneer. I don't think you can do that for free at all. I'm fairly certain you do have to buy offer in the shop for that to happen. But Bandit Evo Archers again. Wait, is this the same exact deck we just played against? Like MK, Ram Rider, Lightning? I'm not sure, but we'll see what's going on here. I think 2150 will be a decent goal to stop at. I'm going to go for the Xbow right now because he goes for the eye drag, which will die to my Archer Queen. It is going to be MK again. Okay. For some reason, we're facing a fair amount of bridge spam today. Queen will force another response, of course. And I think this should full counter in the right. The skeleton's on the MK. No, I'll Ice Spirit to make sure. Subsequently cycling back to my Knight for this Dark Prince, so I don't really have to waste a cannon. If I did waste the cannon, then I probably would have had to overcommit to his next, like, win con at the bridge, like Ram or Battle Ram. So I guess it worked out. And you guys can already kind of see the value of cannon. Like, say I had Tesla in the last matchup, it just would have been one more Elixir for the same exact outcome, like literally same exact outcome, because He didn't really have any air cards. In this matchup, of course, he has an Inferno Dragon, which means I will have to be a bit more careful on defense, either saving my queen, or I guess just kiting it around well. He does go for the Fireball. Okay, unfortunately that full counters. I guess I could have run ability sooner, but I don't know. Anyways, I will just pre-cannon here. I think pre-cannon is a very nice play with this deck, guys. Actually, right on cue, he goes for a Ram Rider right into it, so I can literally just go for an Xbow now because I got a free cannon. Like, that was a... I spent 4, he spent 5. That was a +1 trade, and I got a free cannon on the board, so why not? Gonna get my knight down. Skeleton Stew. Oh, that's so unlucky. What? Okay, I feel like if that worked out better, I definitely would have gotten Xbow lock. I mean, I still get a baby lock, like a few hundred damage, which is nice, but I feel like that should have been so much more, you know? Because he literally... went MK and I caught it well with my knight. Oh, Fireball? Maybe get a small Evo Knight connection. I mean, anything counts. Yes, nice Fireball. Okay, at least we forced up the bandit. Honestly, that's a win in my book. I'll have to commit to this bandit, though. I guess I'll go for my knight. I don't really want to waste my queen. I'd rather save it, especially when he has, like, eye dragon stuff in this deck. So one thing, guys, about playing Cannon over Tesla in this version is that you have to be careful of using your queen. Like, you cannot really cycle it first play at all. I do like cycling queen first play sometimes with the normal version with Tesla, but with Cannon you can't afford to do that. I'll go knight. I'm back to my cannon for this ram. I'll Ice Spirit as well. This should full counter, hopefully. No, it's not going to. I'll Skeletons too. I'll take a ram charge in the right, but honestly, it's not a big deal. Like, I have a nice lead in the left still, so I'm okay with that. Gonna log. I think he's back to MK right now. Probably about to drop one. No, Inferno Dragon instead. Okay, that's fine. That's gonna melt to the queen. And I could honestly go in. I think I'll cannon, though, just to be safe. Yeah, he does have a surviving counter push. I think I'll go for my Evo Knight, and then I'll go in, because I do have an Evo Knight plus a cannon, so literally why not? He's going to MK, he's probably going to get away with the defense, but at least I'm pressuring well. And you'll see that a big part of QueenBow is, like, it's still kind of a pressure deck in some matchups. Like, you know, I'm not spamming Xbows per se, but I'm at least going for Xbows to force stuff out to the point where he can't just full commit and go all in and get a lot of value. And I'm actually going to go in right now, speaking a lot of value, because I think this queen's going to get a lot of value herself. Skeletons as well. Yeah, beautiful queen. That's on tower. I think that's a good game, right? He should not have anything. I don't think he has any resets. Oh, he has a zap. Okay, he waited like the whole game to save that, I guess. But another lock. Now that is a good game right there. No, it's not. He goes for the Fireball. Okay. He's really hanging on by the skin of his teeth, but I mean, this game is over. I'll go for an Xbow. I don't think he has enough for the MK. If he does, then he will get away with his defense. But yeah, as I suspected, he didn't have enough. I'll go Skelly's Fireball on all of this, and that should be a lock. Nope, Evo Archers, okay. He is really eager to just survive. I mean, survivor's instinct, I guess, but the game quite literally is over. Like, it's triple Elixir, there's 1 minute left. All I have to do is do some clean defense, and I am totally comfortable doing that. As you guys can see right now, you will observe the value of Cannon in a grounded matchup like this. Gonna pre-cycle 1 right now. It's only 3 Elixir. He can probably Fireball the Cannon plus Queen if he wants. That is a pretty good value Fireball I gave him, actually. Even better Fireball, actually. That was a really good Fireball, hitting the Knight too, but still, it's not gonna do enough. I'm already back to a Cannon. Plus, I'd be back to, like, 3 if I needed to. Like, I can cycle Cannon so fast, especially with an Archer Queen down on the board. Good Fireball. I'll get my... Oh, okay, that Eye Drag is getting awfully close, but yeah, my Knight does come down in time. Cannon Ice Spirit. You guys can see the insane value of this 3 Elixir beast on defense. Like, so this is where, again, Cannon, this is kind of why Cannon is more used than Tesla in this deck, because it just does so well on ground. Like, it's just so good. Of course, against, like, Balloon and stuff, you will feel the hurt, and that substitution might hurt you. Overall, it might come back to bite you, but in these grounded matchups, like, I will take a Cannon any day of the week. So very nice, totally convincing win against Mega Knight Ram Rider. This time he had a Fireball over the Lightning, so that is definitely, like, my counter. He couldn't really break through at all, even if he wanted to. So that was really clutch. Let's see where we are in the world right now. And we get a Royal Wild Chest. Very nice reward right there. That's going to put me 1026, 1 off top 1k. Alright guys, found a game against Joe86. Let's go for the top 1000 again. Twice in a row. First with Tesla. Now we're going to do it with Cannon. So we do see a Knight. Evo Knight. I'll go for my Knight as well. Evo Knight doesn't tell me too much. It actually has been seen in Beatdown a fair amount recently. Like, okay, Mini P.E.K.K.A, all I know to Beatdown. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be some kind of Beatdown deck. Like, Golem does run Evo Knight these days. E-Giant even runs Evo Knight usually instead of Archers these days. And Goblin Giant as well. I was about to get to there, but he plays it down. Ice Spirit's going to get a lot of value. Then I can go Skeleton. Super last second. Actually, do I even need to? No, I don't. This Queen's going to force a response. I feel like he might just lost the game. Like, he has to respond to my Queen, then I go Xbow on the right, and then he is screwed. Yeah, he's like so low in Elixir right now. How does he survive this, genuinely? Unless he's back to Knight, which he is. I still feel I should be able to get a lock here if I play my cards right. So I have a Knight and Skeletons. I'll go Skeletons first, and then Knight to predict maybe like a spell on my Skeletons. And that should be a huge lock. Very nice, yup, because he just spent way too much there. Like, what was he doing with that Rage? He does get a Fireball down, gonna bail him out. I'm actually gonna Queen the Bridge. I feel like it's an okay play. He does have minions in hand right now, but does not have a Fireball, nor does he have Knight, nor does he have Mini.P.E.K.K.A. So this is a pretty good play, I feel. Minions should be forced out. Oh, he has a NATO. What? Okay. Fireball, NATO. Interesting combination. Now we can go minions and get away with it, but he still was forced to spend 6 for my... I guess I spent 6 too, so even trade, but just wanted to pressure. And as a result, I have actually found out more about his deck, so you guys can see QueenBow. You know, even though I actually haven't said this much in this video, but usually, guys, you do want to play this deck more passively than you would with 3.0. That is kind of a playstyle thing, but still, you generally can pressure well in single, especially with Archer Queens. Especially now after the buff, I feel like Queen the Bridge might be a better play. I'm going to hover my Xbow. Okay, goes for a Sparky. I'll just pre-cannon, I guess. No real need to defensive Xbow against that because QueenBow can defend very well without a defensive Xbow, I feel. If I was playing 3.0, I'd probably defensive Xbow there. But going to pop my ability, going to Ice Spirit to distract the Sparky, going to Knight to protect my cannon, and this should be a free counter push, like insane counter push value. I'm actually going to go in the left, yeah, because I have a huge counter push in the right. So why would I like jeopardize everything and just kind of give him value? Oh, unfortunately that Mini.P.E.K.K.A bypasses and goes right onto my Xbow. That's a bit unfortunate, but Queen should hopefully kill that? No, she does not. Unfortunate. Well, she does now, but... Okay, gives me a free Knight. Like, I was going to let those minions go to save my Knight, but he goes Goblin Giant right in front of it, so he literally just gave me a free Knight. And that is also going to chain into a free Xbow. Good prediction Sparky on his end. I might still be able to get a nice lock, though. That should not hit anything. Yeah, I'll get my Queen down, a log, and then I can get a late Knight down if I need to for this. Gonna pop ability. Ice Spirit. Oh, terrible NATO. Like, good... Actually, good call. Like, you know, NATO, Fireball, Rage... I sort of like what my opponent went for there, like a creative spell counter to my Xbow, like setting up the Fireball to get good value on the Xbow plus Queen. But of course it was extremely costly, as you can see. He's actually down Elixir right now because I went Knight the back, and he leaked for a few seconds, or didn't leak, he just didn't have enough Elixir to play anything in response, so I'm going to be up Elixir. And now it's going to be a good call for a defensive Xbow. Going to Queen up high to kill this Sparky. Actually does protect it with the Goblin Giant, but still Queen's going to get her value. Like, as long as you get a Queen and get her ability off, I think it's worth it. And no need to waste a Fireball on these minions. I can pretty much just go for my Ice Spirit. Evo Knight will tank the Sparky Blast beautifully, and then also help out against Sparky Skeleton just for good measure. And this game is pretty much over. Honestly, Sparky decks are really good matchups for QueenBow, as long as you don't get starting handed, that is. Because I did get starting handed by one earlier, and it was really annoying, honestly. But if you don't get starting handed, like, also if they don't have a minion horde, then it's a pretty good match. If they have minion horde, that does change things, honestly, because it makes it pretty tricky, I'd say. But you can obviously still make something work. And on the note of interactions, guys, you can see there that 2 Fireballs plus a log does kill a Sparky, as you saw that Sparky die to my double Fireball plus log. So very nice interaction there as well. And just going to once again reset with a defensive Expo. I could Fireball this if I wanted to. I guess since it's triple, might as well. Like, there's really no harm. And you'll see again, I'll get my Fireball log, or double Fireball log, and that's going to kill a Sparky. Like, just rapid cycle back to a Fireball. That's a lot of value. Like, Goblin Giant, Knight, Mini.P.E.K.K.A, and Sparky, that is a ton of Fireball value, so why would I not take that? And the only thing I have to be careful of right now is him going for some kind of NATO play. Like, Sparky NATO is devastating, so I do have to watch out for that. But as long as I don't get caught by that, then I'll be totally fine. Like, he has dealt virtually 0 damage to my towers. Now it's definitely a good game. Gonna go for an Expo, Knight to protect and block, and yup, he did not have anything in cycle, it looks like, so that's gonna be lock, and that's gonna be good game. Beautiful stuff. Really, really well controlled. Pretty good matchup again. You can see just how good QueenBow with Cannon can be on defense against the right matchup. So that's gonna be top 1000 in the world, I believe. I will definitely take that, and that's going to be a wonderful end to the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. 868. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.